everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Rodgers Packers going up against Wilson Seahawks. So let's get you up to CenturyLink Field in Seattle. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. Throwing now is Rodgers. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. And the Packers are going to have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run for the first time with Lacy. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now, Lacy left that game against the Giants in ankle injury, but expected to be okay prior to leaving 11 carries, 81 yards.
And you saw the Eddie Lacy signature spin move a couple of times as well. He is just some type of a back, and I think he's gotten into a good rhythm here in 2016. He didn't get to 100 yards, probably because of the ankle injury. They need him back, and in a big way. His backup, James Starks, struggling in the early going.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Throwing is Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Kristen Michael. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. They run again with Michael. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
Now Wilson on second down. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's third down. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clay Matthews is an absolute force. Multiple Pro Bowls as an outside linebacker. He can swing inside and create the same havoc.
On third down, Wilson. Complete outright to Curse. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ten yards still left on second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. On second down, here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Here's Wilson. He's got his man. It's Curse. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This complete to Lockett. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And able to find Graham. Complete. 7 yards on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kristen Michael taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Back onto the field, the Green Bay Packers offense comes. That O-line has been good. They parted ways with Josh Sitton. People were wondering how would they do. They've done pretty well.
Yeah, they don't really get their due. And let's go through them real quick. David Bakhtiari, left tackle. Lane Taylor stepping in for Sitton at guard. J.C. Treader at center. T.J. Lang at right guard. And the right tackle, Brian Bulaga. They understand their quarterback, and they know they have to keep plays alive for him to work his magic.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He's going to launch, and that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all of that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Lacey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Back to the ground, it's Lacy. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Dropping it off for Starks. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Richard Rodgers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Wilson, this complete to Lockett. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd down, Wilson. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And that'll make it 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And the first carry for the former Clemson Tigers, C.J. Spiller. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Complete outright to Kearse. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 33 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Wilson going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So 2nd and 10 here. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third.
And he will not make it back to the line of